He was among the first to be called, one of the first to drop his net, leave everything behind, and follow. His name was James, son of Zebedee, brother of John, fisherman of Galilee, and one of the 12 apostles chosen by Jesus Christ himself. James wasn't quiet like Andrew or impulsive like Peter. He was fiery, passionate, bold, a man of action. Jesus would even give him and his brother a nickname, Boanerges, which means sons of thunder, and that thunder would echo in the years to come. James lived in Bethsaida, on the shore of the Sea of Galilee. He worked with his father Zebedee and his younger brother John, mending nets and hauling fish from the sea. Their family owned a fishing business, and it must have been successful because the Gospel of Mark tells us they had hired servants. But James left it all in a moment. When Jesus walked by and called them, he and John left their boat and their father behind. Just like that, they followed. From the very beginning, James was part of Jesus' inner circle. Along with Peter and John, he saw things the others didn't. He was there when Jesus raised Jairus' daughter from the dead. While the house was filled with mourning, James stood in the room and saw Jesus take the child by the hand and say, "Little girl, arise." And she did. James stood on the Mount of Transfiguration. When Jesus took Peter, James, and John to a high mountain, his face shone like the sun, and his clothes became dazzling white. Moses and Elijah appeared, and James heard the voice of the Father thunder from heaven, "This is my beloved Son, hear him." He was also in the Garden of Gethsemane on that heavy night before the crucifixion. Jesus asked Peter, James, and John to watch and pray, but they were tired. Their eyes grew heavy. James saw the sorrow in his master's face but struggled to stay awake. James and John once approached Jesus with a bold request. "Grant that we may sit, one on your right hand and the other on your left, in your glory." It was an ambitious ask. Jesus responded with a question of his own. "Can you drink the cup that I drink and be baptized with the baptism I am baptized with?" And they said, "We can." Jesus told them they would indeed drink from his cup, but to sit at his right and left was not his to give. James would learn what that cup meant. After the resurrection, James was in the upper room with the others, waiting for the Holy Spirit. He saw the flames fall at Pentecost. He preached, he prayed, he stood for truth. But his ministry would be short. Just a few years after the birth of the church, Herod Agrippa stretched out his hand to persecute the apostles. And James was the first to be martyred. The book of Acts tells us, "Now about that time Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church, and he killed James the brother of John with the sword." Acts 12, 1-2, KJV. No trial, no sermon, no recorded defense, just silence and a sword. James became the first of the apostles to be killed for following Jesus. The same man who had stood on the mountaintop, who had seen the glory, now drank the cup of suffering. And yet, his death was not in vain. The church did not scatter, it grew stronger. The word spread. And the thunder of James's life, his boldness, his faith, his loyalty, continued to echo through generations. He left no letters, no recorded miracles. But James left something greater, a legacy of obedience, a willingness to follow Jesus wherever that road led, even to the sword. He was the first apostle to fall, but he followed Jesus to the end. He drank the cup, and he now stands among the great cloud of witnesses, testifying with his life that Jesus is worth everything. James, son of Zebedee, fisherman, friend, thunder, martyr, apostle.